Okay, I'm live. I'm live. Oh, live as F-bomb. All right, so I'm vertearbusto, and I'm out at night, and it's 34-ish, 33. You can see my nose is red. Oh, it's winter. Winter's here. Yeah. Done gotten here, and it's not even winter yet. So I'm here in the Northeast in the college town. I made a few videos, the final exam series. This is part of the final exam series. Planning on leaving this college town in the Northeast, which is busy tonight. They're having a show at the Performing Arts Center, wherever it is. I think that's it. The big ass red sign. Yeah, I guess you can say that's. I don't know. That's seeing it enough. I'm here in front of the cookie place. I'm not giving them any. They're not my supporter. What do you call that? Sponsor. Yeah, they're not my sponsor. But oh good God, I wish they were. And they're expensive. The cookies are fucking expensive. But I don't know if I'd say they're worth them, but. To get free cookies, like, oh yeah, that's well worth it. Oh yeah, they're yeah, whatever. I'm not making this video to talk about cookies, insomnia cookies, even though it is at night. So it's been a while since I've done a video. I haven't connected with people. My wit and my charm is not bowled over anyone. I have local folks here who are that know. You know, some of my friends here locally know I have a channel and others don't, because I got to explain. If I have a YouTube channel, they say, oh, well, what is it? Well, okay. Atmospheric electromagnetics. Oh, okay, all right. Sorry I asked. There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's why I don't tell anyone, because I had to explain what it is. The simplest way to explain what it is, I need to explain it, give a long-ass, lengthy explanation of what atmospheric electromagnetics the fuck F-bomb are. Yeah, that's not easy. God forbid I say Schumann resonances, and then everyone's like, oh, what? Doesn't ring a bell. No, of course it doesn't. This is a master's level stuff I'm giving y'all, for free, basically. 5 years for free. This is my summary of my time. Giving a discourse, teaching, expert level teaching on Schumann resonances and the atmospheric electromagnetics and blah, 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 all of that. Explaining about the VLF or the seismic signal and the difference between the Cumionia, Italy, and the Tomsk meters are, all of everything. It's all in the featured posts section of the Facebook group. And I have a bunch of video. You go back into my videos. I've done one video at least on all of that stuff. The difference, and some I've hit on the topic multiple times. I could be doing videos, making more of the videos and just better ones of what I've already done the same of. But it's time to move on, and it's part of what this whole series is about, is trying to kind of summarize what it is that I've done here in Providence, in the city, in the Northeast, and how it's changed my life and all of that. Even to people that are learning the technical and scientific explanation of how the resonances work, even those people, you're not coming into this with a spiritual thing at all. You're still transformed in some way, learning what it is, learning about the topic, because it is so complex. It's overly, it's just an extremely complicated technical explanation of the subset of atmospheric electromagnetics, of the Schumann resonances. You have teller occurrence and all of this, of separating it out. I've certainly learned a lot from doing It's a busy night tonight. There's all kinds of folks out tonight. So I certainly have learned quite a bit about the all of it through doing this. You know, I knew a lot of the basics coming into this, and I studied studied up on it before I started, declaring myself the wizard of the topic. But honestly, what drew me in less than the Schumann resonances themselves are the graphs and the view meters and the meter readings and all of that. And that is a whole nother thing unto itself of learning the Schumann that way, of the going at it through the back end of the telescope, as it were, that it's more difficult to learn it that way through the graph, especially when you've already come in contact with, especially if you've already come in contact with these whack jobs that are insisting the Earth's frequency is rising based on the Schumann resonance graphs from Tomsk. You're just not reading it correctly. I'm sorry. The Earth's frequency is not rising. They're clueless, absolutely clueless on how to read those graph readings, right? And so I came into this knowing quite a bit about graph meter readings and antennas and radio and all of that. So my entry into this was the technical aspect of the antennas and the amplifiers and all the signal processors and all of that to pick up a radio signal. I already got that, right? So to learn about the Schumann resonances and it's being a subset of the atmospheric electromagnetics, of which the telluric currents are a part, and of which the VLF signal of the from measured at Cumionia, right, is all part of that, right? The solar output from that is all part of it. So I have learned quite a great deal through learning about the Schumann resonances themselves, and not so much about how you guys are coming into it. Like, it's just, I have to kind of compare and contrast on this, or maybe identify and compare, I'm not sure. But the difference between when you guys are learning about this, or how you're coming in through it, and how I kind of came into it, there's a similarity, there's a compare there, but it's different because I have already understood the concept of radio and all of that well before learning about the Schumann resonances, and you're learning about that, the Schumann resonances, through the means of picking up radio waves. And so for me, there's a huge frustration in trying to explain this to people from the back end forward to what you're looking at here, and how they're extracting that from the sky. And there's once again, if you've come in contact with the people who are on the 5D thingy pathway, we'll just call it, to be nice and kind and generous, they're on the 5D pathway, and they're insisting Earth's frequency is rising, and that somehow the solar crap that's thrown at us is going to magically activate the missing DNA, the missing connection between the unsprung DNA. Believe me when I tell you, that is the backwards-est way of trying to explain something that is a natural phenomena that has should have an easy enough explanation to it. Even accepting, given the graphs, the complexity of the graphs of that, like there's a simplicity-ish enough thing to that process through that, that it is of itself a joy to know. However, once you get tangled up in this whole 5D pathway agenda and the New Age ascensionist Schumanites rhetoric of all of the Star Trek science fantasy, like trying to explain how the dilithium crystal chamber works to extract warp speed from it. That's exactly the mindset necessary to encapsulate 5D, what that even is, right? It's 5D. And then all of the other stuff that comes with it, the supposed activation of the disconnected DNA, it's being reconnected in a silicate form, and blah, 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 blah. Earth ending with Earth's frequencies rising, as shown. Well, the Schumann resonance graphs, there's a sense of scale and proportion of the strength level of the signal that you're quite severely misrepresenting and misunderstanding in your head as to what that strength level is and what it means. And the fact is, it's billionths, quadrillionths of a part of a volt. And I assure you, you could not feel 1 volt if it was applied to your skin. Like in a wire. I put 1 volt to your skin, you're not going to feel it. Your skin itself has a natural resistance to that 1 volt that is stronger than that 1 volt. Your energetic field is stronger than that 1 volt that I apply on a wire, right? 9 volts, you can feel it on your tongue, okay, but I assure you, like 1 volt or a microvolt that you get through charging, micro or a millivolt that you get through charging your phone, the voltage of your phone is thousands of times stronger than the strength of the Schumann resonances, right? However, people reading the graphs and they see that spike and they come up with all kinds of stories and whatever about what the rising frequencies and the white light coming in and all this science fantasy to make the dream a reality. You have leased relinquished, I'm not sure what the word is, the presence of them and what they do and what they are by giving them giving the Schumann resonances false attributes of what they aren't doing, what they're not going to do, what they're not supposed to do. You've taken away the true mystery and wonder and greatness of what they are, right? And I think, in a nutshell, I don't even know where I am with the time, right? I don't even care. In a nutshell, that summarizes my learning experience here in the college town, like everything I've come to the conclusion of, my observations and everything that I can summarize, put in essay form in the most succinct manner possible here in this busy-ass town on this busy-ass night, in the best way possible that I can, most succinct way possible of what I have learned, what I've come across in purveying the Schumann resonances to people, to the average people. And again, once again, it'd be fine enough if the average person is doing this just to learn about it. You can be transformed by learning. You can be properly spiritually transformed by learning the proper process of how the Schumann resonances work without embellishing anything else onto it, without adding anything. There isn't enough of a joy of learning the subject matter just for what it is. You don't have to add any special pseudo-spiritual mumbo-jumbo rhetorical nonsense onto it, like, say, for example, it's in 5D, this is white light, 5D, it's gamma, like all of the science that the New Age Ascensionists put on the meter readings is all wrong, right? It's all incorrect. It's intentionally. The people mindlessly regurgitating this didn't do this intentionally. I mean, in the sense of mess it up intentionally. But the people that set those wheels in motion intentionally knew what they were doing by giving it this, right? And I'll tell you what, it was not of human origin, right? This channeled information comes in from God only knows where, and this even starts the problem. It's a whole nother problem that when we're talking about the Schumann resonances and deciphering and decrypting the information, there's all of this other bad information in the way from that's channeled, allegedly channeled. Oh, shall we go down the list of all the races allegedly represented in these channels? How do we know that who they are, where they are, right? The principle here is humans are given the domain of this place at this point, and that you can do with it as you see fit, good, bad, or otherwise. But the angelic hosts, number one, the seraphims, all of them, whatever, all of the angelic hosts give, it's a veil. It's a quarantine. The quarantine is lifting or evaporating, whatever, but it's still, there's still something there. There's still a separation there that keeps the humans as the number one, right? Your free will, that you're born with a free will, that choice, that offset of all the rest of the shitty shitness that happens here, that people use their free will with. You're given this, and it can't be taken by, it can't be corrupted by any of these races. And so the only way that they can take it over is through like this stupid ass channeled information and all this other crap. They're giving you this bullshit narrative about the 5D. That's not coming from humans. They don't know enough about this stuff to even make up a good story like this, right? It's all provided from another source, the lower astral. Where are you channeling into? Right, when people are out there and they have this discussion on this and they talk about this and put it out there, and there's all this postings about people the channeled information, blah blah blah. And I am always like, how do you know? What's your protocol for being able to pick out the good information, the signal from the noise? What is your means? What is your protocol of picking out the signal from the noise? And I believe that may be a good way to start or stop this video. Number one, because I'm really cold. Number two, I'm at 17 minutes, right? And that's a long enough video at this point. The final exam series are just kind of short, quick essay type videos that are supposed to be kind of directed, I guess, or they're supposed to be channeled in a certain direction, where I'm talking about, leaving here. I don't know what's coming up next. I trust that the consciousness of the universe is going to provide me a home, but this brings us to a matter of I have the donation bin out because I need donations from people, and I don't sell any of the videos. I don't, my channel isn't monetized, and so I depend on viewer support. I'm basically living in a van outside where it's really cold, and if you like the message, like what I have to offer, if you've gained something from it, donate, please help me out. Right? I'm at that point. I've done enough of the research work on this, and I've explained enough about this that you've gotten a college level course. So that for the 5 years that I've done this, I'm free, right? And occasionally I've had to ask, I do ask, and it's important for me to keep this out there regularly to people that, you are my support, and you're my supporters. It's not, from the beginning, I would never monetize my channel. I didn't intend to monetize it so that I could say what I wanted to, and when I looked at the fine print, as it turns out, that if, when they do the copyright stuff, the people who own the copyright of the music, they get their part of my my profit, my pay from YouTube. So basically, I have so much music on the channel that any monetization that I saw would be gobbled up by the copyrights of the music holders. So, right, So that's why I did that. But I did that. I always explained from day one. This was an Aaron mix vessel, so that we all could listen to his music and enjoy his music. You know. So this is a trade-off to everything. So anyway, so on that note, that cheery note, it's time to close because my fingers are starting to get frostbite, and I'm running out of time. I got to go fire up the van to warm it up for tonight. You know, so I will post this when I get a chance. I don't know how much battery I have left that'll allow me to do that, and the signal here is not that great either. So and I got to come up with a title for this and whatever. So anyway, so on that cheery note, it's Monday. It's not Sunday. It's Monday. I keep forgetting that. So anyway, on that cheery note, me and the cookie place say wish you a good night, and usually they're open at this time. There's a I don't know why, but usually I don't know why they're closed, but they're not open tonight. So anyway, on that cheery note, I'm going to sign off and just wish you a good night. Namaste.